Okay, so firstly, this is the fifth set. So let us answer part A, question number 1. So 1A. So we have to find the limit as x approaching half. So we have 1 minus 4x squared over 2x minus with 1. Okay, so basically if we do try to substitute x with half, so over here we got half of square, which is 1 over 4. 4 times with 1 over 4 is 1. 1 minus 1, so it will become 0. 2 times half, so this is 1. 1 minus 1, that is also equal to 0. So I will end up with 0 over 0. So I can start with one of these two, so I can either factorize them or I can multiply with the conjugate. So do remember, the aim is to cancel out the term that will give us 0 over 0. So we no longer having anything with 0 over 0. Okay, so I don't see anything with a set, so I'm going to factorize. So basically refer to our numerator, we are going to factorize them. So 4x squared, so this is actually 2x squared. So we got 1 square minus 2x squared. So I'm going to factorize them. So this is the limit for x approaching half. And then we have 1 minus 2x, 1 plus 2x over 2x minus 1. And now I do see something that can be cancelled out. So these two can actually be cancelled out. So we are left with negative 1. So this is the limit as x approaching half. And then we have negative 1. Multiply with 1 plus 2x. So now substitute x with half. So we are going to get 2 times half, which is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So the answer for this one is simply negative 2. So that is 1a. So now let us proceed to 1b. So we need to calculate the limit as x approaches 1 for square root of x minus 1 over x squared minus 1. Okay, so firstly, like usual, we should try to substitute first. So set 1 is 1, 1 minus 1, it will become 0. 1 square is also 1, 1 minus 1, that is also 0. So we do end up with 0 over 0. So again, we should choose either do we want to factorize them or do we want to multiply with the conjugate. Okay, so I do see something with a set in my numerator. So let us try to times with the conjugate and let's see if we can cancel out the term that will give us 0 over 0. So the limit for x approaching 1 and then square root of x minus 1 over x squared minus 1 multiply with square root of x plus 1 over square root of x plus 1. So basically in the numerator, they are the conjugate of each other. So I'm going to expand them. In the numerator, I'm going to leave them inside a bracket first. Okay, so this is the limit for x approaching 1. So set x is simply x, negative 1, positive 1, so minus 1 over x squared minus 1 and then square root of x plus 1. So we still don't see anything that can be cancelled out. Therefore, I should try another one, which is factorize. So I'm going to factorize my denominator. So this is the limit as x approaches 1 of x minus 1 over x minus 1, x plus 1 together with square root of x plus 1. And then you should be able to see you can actually cancel out x minus 1 and x minus 1. So those are the terms that will give us 0 over 0. So this is the limit for x approaching 1, 1 over x plus 1, and then square root of x plus 1. So substitute x with 1 now. So 1 over 1 plus 1 is 2. And then 1 plus 1, that is also 2. So this is actually 1 over 4. So I'm done with number 1b as well. So let us calculate the limit for the c. So this is the limit for x approaches negative infinity for square root of 2x squared plus 3x over 5x plus 1. Square root over 2 2x squared plus 3x over 5x plus 1. Okay. Okay, so do try to substitute with infinity first. So you're gonna end up with infinity over infinity. Okay, so what happened next? Since we have infinity over infinity, this is indeterminate form. So I do know that I need to divide with the highest power of denominator. Divide with the highest power of denominator. Okay, so the highest power of denominator is x to the power of 1. So I'm gonna divide everything with x. So this is equal to the limit as x approaches negative infinity for the square root of 2x squared plus 3x over x over 5x. So 5x over x is simply 5 plus 1 over x. Okay, so basically if you refer to my denominator, I can actually simplify them straight away. So that is how I get 5 plus 1 over x. But for my numerator, I cannot simplify them straight away. Why? Because on top over here we have a set, but below here this is not a set. So I need to modify the x into something with a set. Okay, so we need to refer to the definition of x. So x, if you adding the square root, it can mean two things. So we can either have the square root of x squared or the negative square root of x squared, depending either do we have something that is greater than 0 or the x is less than 0. Okay, so basically I need to go up until negative infinity, so I'm going to use the second definition, which is x equal to the negative of square root of x squared. Okay, so this is the limit as x approaches negative infinity, and then I'll do a big square root for them. So this is 2x squared plus 3x over, so since I'm using the negative, so negative outside, x squared over 5 plus 1 over x. So now we're going to simplify our numerator. So this is the limit for x approaches negative infinity. Okay, so we got 2 plus 3 over x over 5 plus 1 over x. Okay, so if we do try to substitute x with infinity, so 3 over infinity is 0, 1 over infinity, that is also 0. So that means we will end up with negative square root of 2 over 5. So that is number 1C.